Welcome to Groove Portia, a space for individuals to share how they found their groove through moments of adversity. I am your host, Portia Booker, better known as Portia, the producer. Thank you for joining me. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Groove Portia season number 2. I am your host, Portia, the producer. And for starters, I want to thank each and every one of you for the feedback that you've given me from episode 1 and your continued support of my show. Just for reminder purposes, please like, share, and subscribe, along with, of course, leaving a rating for my show if you love me. Now, I assume you do, but again, I gotta say it. So just remember to share if these episodes resonate with you or someone who is in your network that you know could really benefit from the words that I speak. Definitely share it with them. I truly appreciate it. So look, y'all, as always, I'm going to start each episode with gratitude. Now, when I was part of, little story time, y'all, when I was a part of the Heal the Mind, Elevate the Soul retreat with Dawn, Natasha, and Nefertari in West Palm Beach, Florida, earlier in March, I had the opportunity to speak on gratitude. And those of you who know, gratitude is my love language. Well, y'all know Portia is full of tricks, right? And I'm not talking about the cereal. So I decided to do a gratitude exercise. So what I did was I created a wheel with all the alphabets, so A to Z. Well, the wheel allowed you to obviously spin it and it would land on a letter, which gave our participants, right, the opportunity to share what they were grateful for in their life with the chosen letter. Now, I got to admit, I know some letters are a little difficult. For example, the letter Q. What can you think of that begins with the letter Q in your life that you can find gratitude in? I know for me, those of y'all who know me and know how I grew up, the household that I lived in, it was always super noisy. Okay, my great grandmother literally would have the TV blaring so loud. I'm surprised that the whole neighborhood didn't wake up on occasions, but that story's for a whole nother day. I'm not going to go there. Well, of course, with letter Q, I'm grateful for quiet, right? I'm grateful that my house I can control the volume level here because I don't have to keep the TV on, especially when obviously I'm doing and recording shows. Other letters that I found that might pose difficulty for other people: X, Y, and Z. Now, when I decided to spin the wheel today, right? I don't know what made me just decide to do that. But I spent the wheel today, and the letter that popped up for me was letter M. So, quick question for those of you who are tuning in. What are you grateful for in your life that begins with the letter M? Okay, we can think of, obviously, money. I'm grateful for my mattress, that I don't have to sleep on the floor, or that my mattress is so hard that my back is as straight as a coffin, but that's for a whole nother day. I'm grateful for the mindset shifts that I continue to have. And I'm also grateful for movies. Those of you who know, my favorite movie is The Matrix, and I'm a movie buff, just to name a few. Well, today, y'all, I gotta, of course, bring more gratitude in this. I am grateful for my mistakes. Yes, you heard that correctly. I am grateful for the mistakes in my life. And recently, I discovered a mistake that I made, which unfortunately created a domino effect and has impacted several people in my life who I value and love. Now, I'll reserve the exact incident, the details, for privacy purposes, but I will share what I've learned from this mistake as we go through this episode of Groove with Portia. So we're going to take a quick break right here on Groove with Portia. Everybody, stick with us. We will be right back.
Hey everybody, it's Dr. Anne-Marie Risto, your founder of Systematic Equity Edits Incorporated, also known as C. Question for all the women out there. How many of you have been told you have an amazing story to tell, but find yourself questioning who would want to listen to me? Well, what if I shared with you that your story has value and can leave a lasting legacy? If you want to see things differently with your story, then I invite you to be a part of a 3-day gathering in beautiful Sarasota, Florida, May 5th through May 7th, and you're going to hear from several Shine luminaires sharing the importance of storytelling and giving you the space to reflect and know your own narrative. For more information on the Shine Gathering, you can visit seethingsdifferently.org and send me a message at any time. Remember, she has it within her to shine.
Hey guys, did you remember that I also co-host another podcast? Make sure you tune into the Soulful Conversations podcast, where you hear from myself, Portia the producer, Dawn Earhart-Whitty, founder of the Desire to Inspire Foundation, Natasha Khan, founder of Empowered Voices, and also Nefertari McGriff, founder of Transcendent Living. And you will learn how to overcome life's greatest challenges from our personal journeys. So if you're ready to be the change you wish to see in the world, make sure you check us out. Now, back to Guru Portia. All right, you guys, welcome back from the break. So one of the lessons I learned from this mistake was that my limiting belief of I am not good enough has driven me into situations where I knew I had a commitment issue. Now, anybody else here familiar with the phrase of getting your booty stuck in a crack? Now, for podcast purposes, there's a more vulgar phrase that goes with that, but I'm going to keep it clean here. So, yeah, growing up, I yearned for the validation of other people, right? I wanted to be that popular kid who everybody gave kudos, accolades, praises, all of those things, right? We all want that at some point. Well, the same ideology has blinded my perception on the reality of these situations that I've landed in, hence the one I'm talking about, versus the actual outcome. Now, those of you who know me, who truly know me, know that my intentions are good, especially when it comes to helping people. I want to help other people no matter what. I want people to succeed. But I recognize that just because the intention is good, taking on the task without looking at all of the pieces could actually be a bad idea. Hence why I am sharing this with all of you today. Now, I have made a commitment to reach out to these individuals who I've hurt, and I want y'all to hold me accountable, you guys as my listeners. Now, I have to preface that there are some instances where people may not be receptive, right? And that is okay. I can say that I'm grateful to have this mistake point out areas of improvement within my life where I have the opportunity or the choice, that is, to either stay in this obstacle, as known as the limiting belief that I have, or find an opportunity. And the opportunity here points to my philosophy of being a student for life. The second lesson I learned in this situation was to forgive myself. Now, during the retreat that I spoke of, the Heal the Mind, Elevate the Soul retreat, now y'all know I am a music and concert junkie. I heard the song called Reckless Love by Corey Ashbury. And those of you who are tuning in, please listen to the song when you have time, as the lyrics are powerful. You know how sometimes there's just a song that the lyrics speak what your mouth cannot? Yeah, that's how this song is for me. Well, the bridge of this song really speaks to me, especially because the God of my understanding, I'm saying it this way for a reason, the God of my understanding has such an abundant love for me that he saved me. Right? I talked about in season 2, episode 1, where I almost ended my own life, right? Because I was so gung-ho about being this big-time television producer that was my identity. That was who I was, and I didn't have anything else after my television career went south. Well, the fact that God saved me when I was seeking death, I was seeking the end of my life, right? He forgave me. I'm going to say that again. He forgave me and opened the door for my second chance at life. So in closing this episode, guys, I want to leave you with a few things to really ponder. When you make a mistake, take a moment. Again, I'm going back to gratitude. Be thankful that this mistake happened to you. Another thing, make a choice to change the outcome. Again, we have the power to choose. Remember, y'all, self-awareness is key. Let's work on that self-awareness muscle, because again, when you're aware, you're able to recognize when there is a rocky plain, and you're able to rectify the situation a little more on a faster scale when you've built that self-awareness muscle. Okay. Number 2, make sure you forgive yourself and others too. One of my coaches, shout out to Natasha, said it best. You don't know what you don't know. But once you do, the choice is yours to take action. So I encourage you to take action and not be reactive. And last thing, number 3, if you find yourself in what I call the cyclical mistake pattern, hence why I'm speaking about it today with all of you, right? Where this mistake that I made has caused a domino effect amongst my entire circle of people who I value the most, right? Have a heart-to-heart conversation with yourself and be brutally honest. I do this in the form of journaling and reflecting. Now, when I'm journaling, I take a moment. This goes back to self-awareness. I pay attention to the way my body reacts to what I'm jotting down on paper. When I literally write out the exact words of what's really bothering me, for example, this limiting belief of I am not good enough. When I finally let it out of my system instead of keeping it inside, I feel so much lighter. I literally see my shoulders drop. I feel my stomach not feel as heavy as though I swallowed cement. So really be honest when you're writing out your thoughts. Have that full honesty and transparency. And if you're struggling with that, find someone in your network or work with a therapist who can really help you to unpack some of those thoughts and baggage, okay? Last thing for all of you. There is always a miracle within every mistake. I am Portia, the producer, y'all. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, y'all, peace and hair grease.